What is up, guys? It is Gabe here from Fly on the Line. Today we are going to be tying a red-winged ant. I love this fly. It's a great pattern. It works very well. It's basically like a normal black ant, except with a reddish brown hackle. This is one of my flies I definitely have in my box. Today we're going to be using a size 14 hook with a little bit of a curve at the end right here, that little like bended eye. So what we're gonna do is I'm using a black thread, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna like go under the bend of that eye. I'm gonna kind of a little bit tricky, and we're gonna kind of build up that little tag right there. And then we're gonna like speed wrap down. Can see as you can see, I kind of left a ton of space, and I like that in between my flies, so it just adds a little bit less weight. It's just my preferred stance on that. So next we're gonna kind of wrap just a tiny bit back, not over the bend of our hook. Next we're gonna take our wax, go over our line, and then we're going to grab our black dubbing. We're not going to use a ton. Kind of build up a body eventually with this dubbing, and you're not going to want to use a ton of dubbing because you don't want it too big, because you want to be able to build it up slowly. It's the thing about ants, you don't use a ton of dubbing on your line. And so we're going to kind of build up. That little hump in the back. If you watched my last ant video, you should have seen how I did that hump. That one I did a little bit too big a hackle, but the thing about doing a little bit too big a hackle is it just means that the fish are going to notice it better. And so it just looks I think it looks okay. I think it doesn't make a big deal that it's a little bit big. That's with any fly. If it's like massive, like if you're tying like a size 16, you have like a size 10 hackle on there, you don't want that. But if it's just like you're tying a size 14 fly and you accidentally tie like a size 12 hackle on, that's okay. So I'm going to build up that little body. Some of my dubbing came loose. I'm just going to build up that little body. And I'd say just a little bit more, just not a lot. There we go, that's about good. Next we're going to build our midsection. We're not going to use a ton of dubbing. This is going to be like a couple wraps for our midsection, our fly. I'm actually gonna notice this body on my fly is not the biggest, so I'm just gonna kind of go over and add a little bit more dubbing. So I'm gonna kind of build up my body on the fly. There we go, it's just a little bit bigger. And this time, in my last video, I did dubbing on my midsection, but I'm going to do line on my midsection. And I've done this before. And this is just like, you just kind of build up that midsection like that. Not that hard. I like dubbing a little bit better, but I'll do it just to show you guys, just so you can see it and make your and like your decisions based from there. So we're gonna cut some Antron off, and we're gonna place it. We're gonna bend it over our line. We're gonna kind of build up the body, parachute just a little bit on the front and the back, not a ton. These are gonna add dubbing in there to build up our body. So there we go. So next we'll put on a little wax. Take our dubbing, spread it out, put it on our line. And this part's going to be like a little bit longer. So this will make that kind of like cone shape of a head on an ant. So do like a couple wraps in the front, just so you kind of get a little bit of a nose on your fly. And we're going to do a couple wraps in the back. So we're going to put a little bit more dubbing. We're just going to go over it, build up the head of our fly. So we're going to build up our, there we go. We're going to build up our little post. Not super big. Next we're going to grab our red hackle, and I sized this pretty small, and I like it kind of small. It's just my preference. Next we're going to tie in our hackle. We're going to kind of capture it. This is a smaller hackle, and it's a little bit trickier. So we're just kind of capturing our hackle. Okay, next we're going to grab our hackle pliers. So we're going to kind of go under. Okay, every time you wrap, go under the hackle, and it kind of naturally builds up along the post. This is usually how I like my hackle to be sized. So we're going to go under, and we're just going to keep going like this. Under our, and capture our hackle nice and tight. So we're going to go in with our scissors and just snip that. Next we're going to do a couple half hitches on our front of our fly. Next we're going to go in with our scissors. I'm just going to snip that. Then we're going to spin our Antron like that. We're going to go down like that. Cut that there. Poof up that parachute. Post. Next we're... Actually, that looks good without glue. Actually, here's a cool trick I learned for securing hackle. Use this. I like to use it on. I tried using it on some of my flies, and it works really well. My dad loves to use it. He discovered it not too long ago. So what you do is you make like a little bubble on your bobbin, and then you kind of pull down some of your hackle and you do some glue right on the side of the post. You kind of build up a sort of a drop. And so you like pull back that, like that, and you'll drop it in. Just pull off all the extra glue that's on your hackle and stuff, and that'll just kind of secure your hackle. Supposedly it works pretty well. I haven't tried it out on the river yet, but that looks pretty good. So that, my friends, is how you tie a red-winged ant. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Also check out my blog, flyontheline.blog.wordpress.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please have a great day.